Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 1,899 of What's She Up To Now, documenting the journey originally as I transitioned from the brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business. What was working, what wasn't working, what was super duper bad and terrible that I wish I'd never done or even tried, and some of the things that I tried that I was a little scared to that worked out really, really well, as some of the things that I tried that worked out way better than I thought they ever would. Well, today I produce 2 pieces of content every day, and my daughter says I got to stop doing this one because nobody does anything for this many days in a row. But I do it for me. I do it to keep and hold myself accountable, and I do it to keep track of what the heck I'm doing. I have vision challenges. I'm legally blind, and that means it's hard for me to write things down. I can write them down and grab my magnifying glasses, but for the most part, I still can't see this stuff, and so I make mistakes. I was sharing a list of 10 different types of brainstorming today in the Get Your Goals annual challenge, and I messed up a couple of them because I couldn't see what I had written down. So I probably need to come up with better solutions and better ways of capturing and getting to my notes, but I'm not there yet. So we talked about our idiom for Supersize Your Business today to coincide with this year's annual challenge. And this year's annual challenge is the Get Your Goals annual challenge. We're talking every day something about goals and how we can go about achieving them in each of the different areas and aspects of our life. We talked about emotional in February, mental and mindset type things, and our thoughts and beliefs last month in the mental areas and aspects of our life, our mental well-being. This month we're doing spiritual. I think we'll do physical next month because I usually start my year, January, focusing on physical well-being and health. And this year I've got heart surgery, so I probably should have done that. So I'm going to see my heart surgeon the day after Easter. And I'm like, okay, well, I haven't even focused on physical stuff. I'm still doing the same things I was doing last year, but I haven't reanalyzed and said, okay, what do I really want to do for my physical well-being? So after spiritual, we'll do physical in May. And I'm trying to push that surgery off till the end of the year, or at least the fall, so we'll see how that goes, because I've got a new baby in the house and I like to help out with her and snuggle and get my grandma snuggles. So gospel truth was our idiom, and I actually shared 13 signs that somebody's lying to you. Now, I have probably seen all these signs in my lifetime, but I will admit I have been very guilty of not recognizing them, right? I've had people in my life, business partners, life partners, sisters, relatives, sometimes friends, that have lied to me and fibbed to me or tried to convince me something was true that wasn't true. Think back to high school when kids are trying to tell you something's true, and you're like, geez, that just doesn't seem right or feel right. And you're like, oh, I was a reporter for our school newspaper, so I would interview a lot of people, and you'd have to, ask questions to dig for the truth, and it was always kind of fun. But over the years, somehow I got desensitized, and I was good about it in negotiations and understanding these things, but when it came to other areas and aspects of my life, I did not apply the same thoughts and principles and rules. I don't know why, I just did not. So I shared a list of those 13 things and talked about it, and then how does that apply to and impact building and growing and supersizing your business. And I'm just curious if other people feel like they've been lied to and they've known and noticed that they've been lied to, or when you walk away from a conversation, you just have that feeling like there's something off and that it didn't seem right. Well, that's usually an indicator that something wasn't right, and we want to listen to our intuition about things like that. Fell for some stuff in business that I'm like, oh my God, how did I ever fall for that? My intuition was saying, this isn't right, this doesn't sound right, and lo and behold, you'd find out, you'd get a contract or something, they'd have all kinds of stuff in there that they coded over or didn't discuss, or that things weren't actually capable of being and doing. Our topic today for the annual challenge was the O in SOAP framework, which stands for options. What are the options? Day before yesterday, we thought about, well, what do we want in the area of spirituality, and what do we want with respect to our spiritual goals? Then yesterday, we picked a goal, we picked a spiritual goal, and we told the story, what it is right now, and we used a journalistic framework because I was a reporter in college and high school. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Why? Because it's a great framework for getting at the facts. Get the facts, ma'am, only the facts. So that forms a gap between the current situation and our desired situation, which our desired situation is achieving our goal. How are we going to get there? O is where we brainstorm options to come up with different possible ways or actions or steps or things we could take and do to get us from where we are to where we want to be. So I shared 10 different ones, and again, I meat-X'd a couple of them because I didn't see my old notes, and it doesn't matter. Basically, there's all kinds of ways we can brainstorm, but it all boils down to kind of the same process. Hey, sit down by yourself or with a group of people and a piece of paper and just start popping out the ideas out of your brain. And we always get 10. We do 10, then we select 3 of those, and then tomorrow when we go to the A in the SOAP framework, we're going to analyze and take action on one of them. Why? Because I learned from Tony Robbins decades ago, never leave the scene of a decision without taking some kind of action. Either picking up the phone and calling somebody, writing it in your day timer or on a piece of paper or on a notebook, but taking some action to solidify that in your mind and in your memory always helps. So that's it. That's all I've got today. If I can help you in any way, ask. Remember, you can always Voxer me at pajamagrandma@gmail.com. I always offer that because not many people, number 1, know what Voxer is. Number 2, will go and figure out what it is. Number 3, will actually ask, right? Because we're afraid to, right? I was the queen of being afraid to ask, especially asking for help. So that's it. Have a great day, and I'll be with you tomorrow.